everyone. Welcome once again to the King's Castle. I'm King James. And here to join me as always is wrestling's one and only Southern Shockwave, Mr. Pete Kohlberg.
Hey.
And our film man, Mr. Blair Chopin. Good evening. I'll tell you, it has been quite the week as is often the case in the world of wrestling. Well, we got to start right at the top of the heat. Brock Lesnar made a huge impact this past Monday night on Raw.
He's going to Impact?
No,
wouldn't that be a downside?
I said he made a huge impact this past Monday night on Raw when he was appointed by Kurt Angle to be the guest on Miz TV. And without hesitation, he decimated the entire Miz-tourage.
Woohoo! Mr. Ross.
So,
Change one letter there, and it's really funny.
If you ask me, Brock Lesnar is building momentum heading into SummerSlam, but there are two.
Hey boys, we're the Gisterage.
There are two others who can't seem to get off each other's backs, and I'm referring to Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, because in the main event of Raw this past Monday night, those two squared off in an epic last man standing match.
Wow, we haven't seen one of those in a while, have we?
Yeah. At one point during the match, Strowman actually...
My time to shine.
Strowman actually threw one of the chairs from the announce table right at Reigns' face.
My gosh.
Not the face.
But...
It's already a...
James, is every party okay?
Everybody's fine. But ultimately the match ended when Samoa Joe came in from the crowd and choked out Roman Reigns with a Coquina clutch. So, Strowman won the match thanks to help from Joe. But this kind of leads into something interesting. As you know, these four men, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman are supposed to square off.
Don't assume their gender.
At SummerSlam.
Trans. Yeah.
They're supposed to square off at SummerSlam.
James, when is SummerSlam? Presented by the good folks at Fruit Loops.
By the way, it's not presented by Fruit Loops. It's presented by Cricket Wireless.
Cricket Wireless? They're still around?
And
James, tell us about Cricket Wireless.
You just hear crickets when you go in there. And they're not hooked up.
Anyway, SummerSlam will be August 20th, exclusively on pay-per-view and the WWE Network.
Thank you, Fruit Loops, for making it all possible.
But anyway, Strowman, Reigns, Joe, and Lesnar are supposed to square off at SummerSlam. But I think it's still pretty easy to pick who might win here, because on one hand you have four guys that can't stand each other, but it's also two rivalries that cancel each other out. On one hand you got Strowman and Reigns, and on the other hand you got Joe and Lesnar.
Can I tell you what I want to see?
What?
I want to see this whole rivalry, because I feel like I know that Brock Lesnar isn't going to be around in the WWE for very long. I mean, I've been seeing rumors with him in the UFC. They've got a pretty big fling going on. So I think he's going to leave.
He's having an affair with UFC.
So why don't we just get all three of these guys when the match starts off? I would love to see them all gang up and beat the crap out of Brock Lesnar.
I know, right?
Well, I would...
Or Paul Heyman.
I venture to think a little bit differently. The thing to do would be gang up on Strowman, because he's really the wild card. The guy is inhuman.
Lobster.
But I'm just talking about from not from a strategy perspective, but from a fan satisfaction perspective.
All right, so
because if he's going to leave anyway,
so from a fan's perspective, since you think Lesnar's going to leave the company,
I do think.
Who
I
do
do
you
think so?
Who do you think the fans want to see succeed him as champion?
So what are the options?
It'll either be Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, or Braun Strowman.
I would probably think Samoa Joe, right?
Yeah, that's who I think.
Well, I would think that too, except, according to my research, all the wrestling newsletters point to Strowman, because...
Wow, you get newsletters?
If you...
Newsletters.
What I mean is, I watch Wrestle Talk TV, and they talk a lot about the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which
Are you subscribed
to the Observer or to TV?
to the newsletter?
No,
Oh, James.
Come on, man. Football reference.
but
That would be the
anyway,
only thing nerdier than me listening to that podcast about every episode of The Simpsons.
Hey, you got me hooked on that too, man.
Anyway,
Those guys
they
are entertaining.
They say that before Strowman got hurt, he was actually going to be picked backstage to face Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. So I think the WWE booking brass wants to give. I think the booking brass wants. to
Wait,
give,
is that a phrase people actually use?
yes,
Wow.
Really?
Jeez.
I
How
think
old are we?
So it's a little serious, right? The booking brass.
yes.
Do you polish
Ooh.
it up and everything?
It's just
Is that
it's
like
just
la-
a fancy term for the standards and practices backstage.
is that like loudmouth Billy Bass?
No. But anyway, I think the booking staff wants to give the title to Strowman after SummerSlam. So
Why do you think that?
because, like I said, before he took himself out with that shoulder injury, he was penciled in to face Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire
Okay.
before Samoa Joe had to come in and take over because he was injured. So therefore, I think they're trying to build an opportunity to see those two behemoths take each other out. And I think, if anything, Strowman is the pick backstage.
All right, so I got a
Okay.
question for you now. Strowman wins. How long does he keep the title, and then who beats him?
Well, that's a good question.
Well,
Crystal ball time.
Crystal baller.
Judging by the way they tried to build him when they separated him from the Wyatt family after the draft,
Mm-hmm.
because if you remember, he was undefeated as a singles competitor up until Fastlane when Reigns beat him.
Right.
So that led to their rivalry. So if I'm a betting man, I would probably say there's three options. If Reigns,
Well, that's not really a
excuse
betting
me,
man.
if Braun Strowman wins at SummerSlam, he either loses the title at Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, or next year's WrestleMania.
And
That's you have them. So regardless, you have them keeping the belt until at least November.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, and then the next part is.
What
who
about
beat-
that Indian dude? Why wouldn't he get the belt from him?
Because he's on SmackDown,
Oh, they're still doing the brand
so
split
he's
thing.
already the WWE champion on SmackDown.
Which is
Okay.
crap. But who beat Strowman?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Chris Benoit.
Benoit's been where that's not funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's not funny, but he's laughing.
The guy's been dead for 10 years. Anyway,
It's the most shocking return ever.
He's got him in the Lazarus.
I think if anybody can beat Strowman,
Bottle salesman?
it's Samoa Joe.
Oh. That'd be a crappy champion.
Really?
You don't like Cowboy Dan?
Not really.
See,
Tell us why, Pete. Get angry. Get angry.
Not drunk enough.
Don't drink, kids.
Oh, come on. That's not the real reason, is it?
No, I'm kidding. No, I've just never been. I mean, I don't mind Samoa Joe. I've just never been a huge fan of his.
Pete, can I ask you a serious question, though? You know, we're on the air. It's just us talking.
Right.
And the millions of YouTube viewers around the world.
Right.
You don't like Samoa Joe, but don't you like crispy and refreshing Fruit Loops?
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, Fruit Loops.
We're brought to you by Fruit Loops.
So you're still in line from The Rock, except instead of referring to Samoa Joe as Fruity Pebbles, you call them Fruit Loops?
Yeah, that's actually another cereal.
No, I mean, I don't mind Samoa Joe,
I wonder
but
what Toucan Sam would think about that.
I don't mind Samoa Joe. I just think he needs more time in the WWE before he gets his title.
See, that
That's
seems
all.
to be...
Wait a minute.
That's all I'm
Wait,
saying.
hold on. James is getting passionate.
Something doesn't make sense about what you just said.
I think so too, James.
You say he needs more time in the WWE.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Well, let me remind you of something, Pete.
He is 32
The
years
guy-
old, Pete.
the guy is a 10-year veteran
10-year veteran.
who was a multi-time champion in
Multi-time.
Impact.
Right, but
And
that was,
also, he already spent a year and a half in NXT before coming to the main roster in January.
Can
so,
I
Right, but
can I
what else does he have to
can I
do?
defend Pete here? Can I defend Pete here?
Go ahead.
Don't you think? Well, think about this in terms of baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, because TNA, now I don't mean to be mean, and NXT are kind of like the minor leagues, and WWE's like the major leagues.
right.
Even if someone's been playing AAA baseball for 10 years, when they get called up to the majors, they wouldn't immediately bat cleanup
Right.
or immediately be the number one pitcher. They would kind of have to prove themselves first.
even
And Pete's saying now that Vince Russo or whatever his name is,
Vince McMahon, by the way.
what's the wrestler's name?
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. Now that he's in the big leagues, he should have to prove himself a little more from getting the title, and I can see that point. I don't.
Because, he has been in. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
But he's been in TNA for 10 years, but that was TNA.
Yeah, TNA's a step down, James.
I mean,
No, you hate to hear it.
WWE's a whole new ballgame.
Right.
That may be
So I think he needs to prove himself more in WWE instead of just, he was 10 years in Impact. We're just going to hand him a championship match right now.
Don't
I
fight,
didn't
guys.
say-
Don't fight,
I
guys.
didn't say he should be handed a championship.
No, right. And
Well,
Someone hold Pete back.
Championship was the wrong word. I'm just saying, or handed a championship match was the wrong phrase. I'm just saying, he was 10 years in TNA. He doesn't need to just walk in and have the match. He needs
Yeah.
to prove himself.
So you don't think a year and a half to 2 years is long enough?
No.
Wow.
That's a pretty bold statement.
Well then, isn't the follow up question how long is long enough? Because let me say this way: doesn't it kind of depend on the guy?
Exactly.
Like if
Well,
you have a surefire
on the other
superstar,
hand,
like if you have The Rock, there's no point in waiting.
Right.
He's a star. Get him what he needs. If you have the Stone Cold character or Goldberg's someone who won the title quickly because he's already a star. But if you're just like you're saying, if you're just a normal guy working his way up and you're not an immediate star,
Rebuttal.
Why do I feel like
rebuttal granted. 30 seconds.
Here's the thing, Blair. Goldberg won the title quickly because WCW needed a fresh face. But on the other hand, Vince McMahon loves big guys. So why wouldn't he give?
another big thing?
Why
You're a
wouldn't-
big boy.
No, I mean he loves big guys in terms of their character. So
Okay.
why wouldn't he give a title shot to a guy who's perceived a monster very early on?
Okay, I think what Pete's arguing is he's saying it's okay if Vince wants to do it like that.
Right.
But Pete's saying he likes to see guys kind of work their way up
Right.
if
And
they
that-
aren't immediate stars.
Well-
And even though Joe was a star in Impact, that was a whole different time.
That's
It's like
true.
if Tim Tebow went to the major leagues.
He did.
He
He did-
actually has.
He's gone to the major
I
leagues?
think so.
I totally missed that.
He stopped playing football and now he's doing baseball.
But has he been
But he's
called
in
up to the
minor
majors?
league team in baseball. He's still on
He's
minor.
like on the
It's like he was signed to the Mets, but he's on their minor league.
Yeah, he's like on the I
So
don't
they
know.
can-
The
he
Roscoe
beats you, if you
Rugrats
will.
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
The B team.
Minor league.
But anyway,
But I understand both of your points and I would like
Right, and I see your
And-
point.
Pete 30 seconds rebuttal.
I think I've said all I'm going to say about it.
James rebuttal to Pete's lack of a rebuttal 30 seconds.
well, thank you for a very entertaining debate, sir. But when we come back, we're gonna.
Could I think James won it. I think he's earned the official title of Master Debater.
Yes!
Oh my! Yes! I can't believe you just said that.